his other coworker, a young man, which we know is the nephew of the owner of Cup Foods, 14 years old at the time, who he talked about Officer Tutau pushing him in the chest, pushing him away from intervening there with George Floyd. And we see that on video with other coworkers trying to carry him back into the store so he wouldn't get in trouble anymore. It's really, like you said, taking these jurors to the scene that day, living it again through these eyes of these bystanders. And it's really impactful to see and watch. And like I said, captivating all morning long to take it in.
Yeah, the amount of video and the amount of testimony really does paint a picture. The backstories of each one of those individuals are being told during this process, those individuals that we see on the video. Chanley, thank you. I want to bring in Brian Dunn, who is the managing partner of the Cochran Law Firm. He joins us from Los Angeles, California. And Mike Brandt, who is in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Brian, start with you. The testimony we heard this morning from the clerk who accepted the $20 bill, he blames himself. We've seen that as a theme here. For the defense standpoint, though, he is a witness he was very articulate and very honest, and he wasn't combating at all. You know, like we saw yesterday a little bit with Donald Williams. We saw it with Genevieve Hanson, the firefighter. They seemed to think that it was their job to fight the defense attorney. This wasn't the case with Chris Martin, and they were able to get out the impairment levels of George Floyd. Just want to get your overall take of what this witness does for both sides, how it helps maybe the prosecution and the defense.
Well, these are some great points that you're bringing up, Ted. And I mean, when we look at this, we have to put it in perspective of the overall events that happen. Everyone knows that Floyd is going to be dead shortly after this particular encounter. And when you start getting the voice of a person that kind of set this whole thing in motion, and I was really moved by what you said, Ted, when you were really referencing the remorse that he feels, almost as if he was responsible. And I really like how you said wrongly, because the idea is that really brings home exactly how unpredictable this situation was. And it had such tragic consequences that seemed to develop in a way that nobody could help. Everyone seems powerless. And the theme of the powerlessness of Ms. Hanson, that came through really strong. All of the people who spoke yesterday, there's nothing that they can do. They're watching this train wreck happen in front of them, but they're completely powerless. And this is something that really helps the prosecution in terms of humanizing the experience of Mr. Floyd. And I'm really happy you brought up those points, Ted.
Mike Brandt, your take on what we've seen today and the whole group. I mean, basically, this is the continuation of the prosecution theme of here are the players, here are their experiences. They watched it, they saw it. Your take.
I agree completely about the aspect of humanizing what was on the video. And if we were to play a video in a trial, kind of sanitized, if you will, and just we see these people moving around doing their things, for example, the surveillance video from Cup Foods, it doesn't